There. I'd I'd just like to talk for just a little bit about the gay rights issue that's currently there are a lot of videos and a lot of articles everywhere talking about it. Um and I personally believe, and I'd really appreciate anyone who has an opposing viewpoint to talk to me about it. I personally don't see any reason why a person who loves another person in the same way that my mother loves my father, why they should not be allowed to have the same right that I do to marry a woman. I just don't understand it from a scientific standpoint. I don't understand why gay marriage is wrong or bad. I don't personally, I don't understand why it would be bad from a moral issue either. For me, loving another human being is loving another human being, and I really don't understand how that can be such a bad thing, that we're worried about the fabric of society breaking down because queers are getting married. Who cares? What like I My main thing is, how does it affect me in a negative way as a heterosexual for homosexual people getting married? Why is that a problem? Please, somebody tell me, because I really don't understand it. If there and the arguments that I've heard against it are, for example, well, it would be redefining the word marriage. Well, God forbid we redefine a word. I mean, wow, that's a really big issue. That's certainly a bigger issue than not being allowed to marry the person you love. I mean, come on, what are we afraid is going to happen? What are we afraid of? Oh, it's never happened before in any other society. And what are you afraid is going to happen if we try it? Uh, Please present me with some form of, again, moral or scientific, whatever. Is it a bad thing? How does it negatively affect anyone but the two people who can finally be with each other under the eyes of the law? It, it's startling how much I've been doing a little bit of research on on the whole interracial marriage issue that happened decades ago, and it's startling how similar some of the arguments are against gay marriage to the arguments against interracial marriage back when that was a huge issue. I I just don't see our society going backwards on this. I really don't. I really believe it's going to happen, and I would be. I'm very happy for the gay couples who are finally allowed to be who they are under the eyes of the law with equal rights. It's a civil rights issue. It really is. I don't see it as any other. And for the record, I real. All right, how do I phrase this? If heterosexual marriage is so sacred, why do 50% of them end in divorce in this country? It's our marriage is so sacred that it ends half the time, but you guys can't get married. You're not, whatever enough. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, I'm also completely for homosexual adoption because I have not seen one relevant study anywhere, scientifically speaking, that it says a child would be worse off if they were raised by a homosexual couple than if they were by a heterosexual couple. It doesn't. I haven't seen one relevant study that makes any difference. Um, and the bottom line that I really want to the point I really want to drive home here is whether or not you think gay marriage is good or bad, wrong or whatever morally. I'll happily have a debate with you on that because I don't think it is morally wrong or anything like that. I think it is what it is. People are who they are. But even if, say, from a religious standpoint, you believe that gay people shouldn't get married, you can have that belief, and I can disagree with it. But what I don't think you can do, I don't think you can put into law that because of how you personally feel and what you personally believe, you can prevent other people from finding the level of happiness that they strive for. So, I'm just a kid rambling on the internet. If you want to listen, great. If not, that's great too. But I really think this is something we need to be talking about because I don't understand why it's not universally acceptable. I really don't. So please, if you have any insights on it, enlighten me to them. I'd love to hear your viewpoints, and yeah, that's just what I think about it. So thanks for listening.